for students to write. And what I mean that each time the teacher grade them.
No.
Okay.
Well, you might mark it, but they don't get. It's not an official grade. It doesn't go towards whether they pass or fail.
Okay.
It's only the pass or fail is based on a formal assessment in class and an exam. So they get assessed. And they know they're getting assessed that day, and we give them a topic, and they have to write in class on that topic, and then they'll have an exam at the end. But the daily practice writing doesn't count towards marks. So it's for practice.
Averagely, how many times a teacher, the topics that each teacher gives to the students and to write for the whole semester?
It varies a lot. It varies a lot. Some teachers will give more, some will give less. There's no real set amount.
You don't request the teacher.
We don't really. We leave that up to the teachers pretty well. Yeah.
Usually, that's how students, the students' achievements, and a lot to do with the teachers. There's practice. And if some students and some teachers don't give, just give the topics to the students right, and then if they don't rate them, and if that doesn't show on the final, doesn't count, the final examination, and maybe I don't know that. I just assume that I won't.
Well, usually I'll give my students a couple of practice essays in the semester. I give them a practice argumentative essay, and I give them a practice problem solution essay before we actually do the assessment. So they get some feedback. I mark an essay and they give it back to me and say, okay, you need to improve this, you need to fix that, you need to do that. But it's not recorded as a mark. You get a mark. And I don't keep track of it. I make comments on the paper, give it back to them, but if you ask me the next day what I said about that student's writing, I probably wouldn't remember.
But when the teacher I realized that in my own course, and I don't teach that writing, but I'm focused on the other course. But this is the same. When you say something, and then although you have some requirements for each course, and at the beginning of the semester or the beginning of the first time when you have the lessons, I find out that if you don't have the strict, you don't have a certain way to check how students do this, and then maybe there are some different.
Yeah. We do have to monitor that because we have very sort of strict ways that we want them to write the essay, and so we give them examples. We have a booklet for the course. We give them a model. We show them exactly what we want in each paragraph, the topic sentence, the supporting details, and all this kind of thing we go through.
But when students have this, in mind, even though that they can memorize that, but when it comes to writing and then you don't check, and then probably
there's a problem.
Yeah.
That's
if
why they failed sometimes.
If the teacher keep the records, marks them every time, then maybe that will bring more work to the teachers.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That's another.
That's true. I mean, yeah.
So it's quite different for each teacher, individual teachers, and maybe that for the certain teachers that teach the same course, take the same course, may have different, working loads. Actual working load, it depends on each teacher's responsibility.
I mean, for sure, there are some teachers. I mean, it's like everywhere. There's some teachers that will work harder and some that will work less. Yeah. I think that's the same.
So we cannot, But how about as a certain criteria or a certain standard to govern, to manage the whole teachers, at the point of assessment, how.
Well, we have.
Minimal times of minimal numbers of times, and for teachers, keep marks of the students.
Well, we kind of have that. We sort of say we want you to do one consultation, and we encourage the teachers to do practice essays. We don't really require it. Nobody's monitoring that. We rely on professionalism of teachers.
Okay. So the students and the scores of this writing would totally depend on the final examination. That's where 100%.
Oh, 70%.
70%.
Yeah. But the exam, yeah, very, very. I mean, if they fail the
Oh,
exam.
what about the other 30%?
The classroom assessment.
Classroom, yeah.
Classroom assessment. Yeah. But basically, the exam is very. If they don't do well in the exam, then big trouble.
And for this, then the teachers do require teachers to collect the student portfolio.
Actually, we do have a portfolio segment in our writing. It counts for a small number